Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us continue with the next topic, that is a simplification or minimization of a CFG, guys. So whenever we are having context-free grammar, every time we are having multiple productions, right? So can we reduce them? So that's a common question, right? Yes. So that is what we'll be learning in this particular lecture. So there are total 3 steps which we can perform to reduce a particular CFG, guys. And to be clear, this is an interesting question for the great examiner. Okay. Yes. Okay, so deleting and eliminating useless symbols, unit productions and null productions. So these are the 3 steps which we'll be learning in this particular lecture. Okay, yes. So first let us start understanding by removing an null or empty productions, guys. So let me write down the simple example. Okay, so what is a null production, guys? So A implies epsilon. So wherever we are having this epsilon productions, so those are nothing but the null productions, guys. Okay, yes. So let us start taking a small example. So the example is S implies capital A, capital B, sorry, small b, capital B, where A implies A slash epsilon, B implies B slash epsilon. I don't know why. Is it clear, guys? I'm not getting a clarity that whether the video is clear or not sometimes, right? Yes. Okay. So now this is the result, right? So this is the given question. Okay, so what we do here is, so how many epsilons are there, guys? We are trying to eliminate this null production. So these are called as a null productions. We are trying to eliminate them. So there are 2 productions. A implies a epsilon and we are having a B implies a epsilon. So let us do step by step, guys. So let us take the first value, that is A implies a epsilon. Okay, so once I am taking that value, what I can do is, I will substitute wherever I find A, guys. Okay, yes. So let us start. Okay, so S implies, so capital A, B, B, right? Yes. So now here I am having A, so let us substitute that epsilon. So it becomes epsilon, B, capital B. Similarly, when it comes to the second part, it becomes A only because this I have eaten it. And similarly, when it comes to B, it becomes a B slash epsilon. Okay, so now I think everyone can solve this particular thing, guys. So what will be the result, guys? So let me write it this side. So the result will be S implies A, B, capital B, or small b, capital B, or A implies a small a, B implies a B slash epsilon. So now the given thing is, now we are having one more thing, that is B implies a epsilon. So now our goal is to eliminate it. So if I want to eliminate it, I will do the same substitution process. So S implies A, B, B, so here is one B, 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 so here is one B. So now I can substitute that epsilon here, so it becomes AB epsilon or B epsilon, right? Yes. And the rest of 2 statements will be as simple as that, right? Yes. So now if you apply this thing, this element will be gone, this element will be gone. So to be clear, anything into epsilon is nothing but anything only, right? Yes. It might be in this way also. So epsilon into anything is also anything only, right? Yes. So this will be the final answer. So after removing null productions, this is the result. So now I think if one more question is given, everyone can solve it, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. So now I hope everyone got a clear idea with respect to this, right? Yes. So for easy understanding, let us take one more example, guys. Okay. Yes. So this example also you can find in the book, guys. So S implies A, B, A implies A slash epsilon, B implies B slash epsilon. Okay, so once I start solving it, so I will remove first A implies epsilon. So the first value will become S implies AB, and once I substitute here epsilon, I am going to get only B, and the rest thing will be same, right? B slash epsilon. So once I remove this B part, okay, so once I remove that B part, so what will be my result, guys? Okay, so what will be my result? So please concentrate. So it will become S implies A, B, so here I am having B, and similarly this is B. Okay, so now if you observe, if I place epsilon here, I am going to get only A, but if I place epsilon here, that in itself becomes epsilon, right? Yes. So now if you observe, so now if you try to observe here, so there is a small issue here. So can I eliminate this epsilon, guys? It's quite impossible, right? Because what we are doing till now to eliminate epsilon, we are substituting wherever we find that letter. But if I want to eliminate the start symbol, how can I eliminate it, guys? Anywhere we are not finding S. So now what we do is we add one extra production, guys. So what we add here is, so we are going to add S dash, that is S union epsilon. Now S implies capital A, capital B, or B or A, and A implies A and B implies B. So this part is having no production, right? So no production with epsilon. So hence this particular grammar is now out of null productions or empty production. So we have just added this. So union epsilon means it is indirectly having epsilon, but we are not considering it is having, right? Yes. Okay, so now I hope everyone got a clear idea with respect to elimination of epsilon, right? Yes. Okay, you can take few more examples, guys. Okay, so now let us go through the next thing, that is removal of unit productions. So in simple words, unit productions will work in this. So S implies A implies A. So here, is there any need of this particular production, guys? You can directly start from S and you can directly go to A, right? So this A is unwanted. You are just wasting your time. So it is a nothing but non-terminal to non-terminal. So these type of productions we can remove, right? So those are waste of your time. So that is a nothing but removal of unit productions. So if the question is S implies AA and A implies A or B, and B implies A. Now here I am having this unit production from A to B. So now instead of writing this, I can directly write it as a, so let us assume here we are having D. So I can directly write it as a D, right? So A implies A or D, and here I can write B implies a D. So indirectly I have removed that unwanted unit production, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. So now let us take one more example, or shall I show it directly in the book? So let me solve it, guys, because again someone might be saying something, right? Yes. So let us try to solve it. B slash A, B implies C slash B, C implies D slash C, D implies D. So now if you observe here, so here there are multiple of these productions, right? Yes. So let us start solving it from bottom. So D to B. From C I can go to D or C. From B I can go to D or C or B. From A I can go to, everything can come here, right? Yes. So it might be D, C, B, A. From S I can go to A, B. Got it? Yes. So this is the final result. So in this way we are going to remove the unit productions, guys. Okay. Yes. And there could be some grammar in which there are no unit productions. So assume in this way. Slash epsilon. Here there are no unit productions, but here there is a null production. So you can eliminate it. So in that way we are going to work, guys. Got it? Yes. So now these are the first two steps, right? So removing unit productions, or removing null productions, removing unit productions. So now the last step is removing removing of useless symbols, guys. So assume that our given grammar is S implies A, B, A implies A, B implies B, C implies D. So is there any funny thing in this question, guys? So in that question, we are never having capital C. So then what is the need of this production? So you can eliminate it, right? Yes. So that is nothing but removal of useless symbols, guys. Got it? Yes. So this is one question. So let us go through another question. A or A B, or A implies a B. So here if you observe in this question, here we are having B, but B is not having any differentiation. So then what is this? This is a culprit. So you can eliminate him. Got it? Yes. So in that way you can eliminate, right? Yes. So this is nothing but removal of useless symbols, guys. Okay. Yes. So now I hope everyone got a clear idea with respect to this, right? Yes. So now let us take a simple example and let us try to apply 3 steps here. So the given question is S implies AA or ABB, and A implies AAA slash epsilon. Similarly, they gave B implies BB or BBC, C implies B. So now what is my first step, guys? I will be removing this A implies epsilon from here. So if I want to remove that, I am going to substitute everywhere where A is there, right? So AA, so I am going to underline this, slash AB, B slash A, right? Yes, I have substituted epsilon there. Similarly, moving on here, so it is A. So I am having A here, I need to substitute there. So it becomes in this way. Here there is no A, so there is no change. And with respect to C also, there is no change, right? Yes. So now what did I do successfully? We have successfully removed unwanted things. Sorry, we successfully eliminated this epsilon thing, right? Yes. So once that is done, what is the next step, guys? So we can do elimination of unwanted things, right? So if you observe this question carefully, okay, here what is a C doing? As let us assume we are removing that unit productions. So here what C is doing? C implies a B. Okay, means C is doing nothing, so it's just a mediator, right? So only here I am having C. So now what I can do? So in place of that C, I can place this B directly, right? And I can eliminate this particular expression. So it implies S implies A or ABB, slash A implies A or AA, B implies B capital B or BB. Instead of C I can directly write B. Got it? Yes. So now I eliminate this also. Okay. So now what is this result? So this is not having any kind of unit productions also, right? So all unit productions are also removed. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now I think everyone got a clear idea, right? Yes. And one more thing with respect to this is, so if I enter B, so please concentrate here, guys. Okay. So now if you observe this particular thing, so this B is a type of useless thing, right? Because if you enter B, okay, you might go to B capital B, or you might go to small b capital B, but you are not going to you are never going to end it, right? So you will go in this only for infinite time. So this is also an unwanted thing. So now B is in turn unwanted thing. So this will also be eliminated. So the final minimized one is this, guys. Okay. So in this way, we are going to work with the elimination of unwanted things or minimization of the particular CFG, right? Yes. So now I hope everyone got a clear idea with respect to this, right? Yes. Okay. So now I hope everyone got a clear. So now you understood, right? So how we are applying one step after the other step and analyzing those particular expressions. So basically analyzing these things is really important, right? Yes. So now I hope everyone got a clear idea on this. So in the next lecture, we'll be discussing about the normalization or normal forms of CFG, guys. Okay. Yes. We are having two normal forms. Okay, so both of them will be discussing in the next lecture, guys. Okay, yes. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone got a clear idea, right? Yes. So please practice 1 or 2 questions on this particular thing, guys, like minimization. Okay. Yes. You can find 1 or 2 examples in our book also. So please practice them. Okay. Yes. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you.